The blue blurs back. Mr. Needle Mouse is on the big screen.
Unfortunately.
If you haven't seen on the internet, there's the Sonic trailer that came out like a year ago now.
And if you haven't seen it, avoid it. Like, don't do this to yourself.
So he looks bad. Hello and welcome back to Screen. I'm Andrew and this is Chris.
Why, hello there.
They've assured us Sonic is getting a redesign. I don't know what that means. I think he's just going to look like a different kind of bad.
I'm pretty sure all that means is they're going to change his model up. Yeah. Because, like, you could change the model and the animation curves will, like, exist. As long as the proportions are relatively the same. You don't have to worry about anything. The model won't break. They're going to redesign this nightmare creature. And that won't fix the movie. Like, it's still going to be a terrible movie.
No, because when I've heard that they're going to change the look, everyone's like, yay! And I'm like, that's like one of 60 problems with the trailer. He could look like this, and if he was in a better movie, it would be like, it sucks that he looks so shitty, but at least the movie was all right. You know what? Yes. If this trailer looked like a spectacular movie and Sonic looked like this, I'd be like, it's a shame, but that movie looks good.
It's like, it's what a terrible design, but like they made a good movie, so I'm still going to see it.
It looks like a bad movie.
It looks like a terrible movie. As good friend Tom has said in the past, He thinks this movie comes from a dimension where the Super Mario Brothers movie was a huge success, and that was like the formula that everyone followed going forward.
Now, I gotta say, when I heard they're making a Sonic movie, I didn't think it would be great, but I really didn't think it would look this bad.
No, I didn't think they would be like, all right, get me a time machine. We need screenwriters from the 1980s and 90s. I refuse anyone that's ever seen a movie post-1995. I don't want to talk to them. I don't want them to see the script. I want him out of the room!
It's like they got the name Sonic the Hedgehog and then like a police sketch artist had to like interpret what Sonic looked like. And like Dr. Robotnik's like, what does he look like? He's got a mustache.
But what I want to talk about is the movie's plot has like nothing to do with Sonic the Hedgehog. This isn't a story that takes place in his world. There
are so many things they could have done. They did none of them.
No. They did none of them.
They could have done in our previous episode when we talked about Sonic, we like exhausted all the possibilities. Like I did research. I looked into like the old like manga when it just started and like the comic that came out with the game, the TV shows like the Sat AM show, the weekday show, the Sonic Underground, like Sonic Boom. There's so many things they could have done.
What I hate about this is they're doing the bullshit that I always despise, where it's like, all right, we have a character that shouldn't exist. Let's have him come to our world. Stupid, bad.
Hate it.
Don't do that. So here's my idea for a new Sonic movie, right?
Okay.
It opens up in the world of Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic is already a character. He's animated. He's hanging out with his buddy, Tails. They're just sipping margaritas, eating chili dogs, hanging out. Boom! Big explosion, right?
Okay.
Dr. Eggman has arrived from our worlds into their worlds.
See, that makes more sense.
He did a mad science thing.
Yeah.
He pretends to be a nice guy at first. He's working with Sonic. Sonic's like, all right, you need what? I'll go get it. And like he's helping Dr. Eggman. But Dr. Eggman's evil. He's putting innocent little animals in these machines to try and make a thing to get him back home. And like Sonic finds out, like, you're abusing my animal friends. Big showdown.
You know what this could be? It could be like what you're pitching could be like a good version of Avatar.
Right?
Like you could take like the relative plot of Avatar and make it Sonic and improve both movies.
It's true.
First of all, why did they cast Jim Carrey? And second of all, why didn't they have him play a character?
Right?
Like, I thought he'd be like the Grinch or something, like doing a Jim Carrey voice, like, oh, I hate that hedgehog, but he's just like, hey guys, I'm Jim Carrey again, look at me. Pengus.
Like, I understand that, hey, who do we need? We need like a character actor that could do Goofy, like, oh, that's Jim Carrey. Or it was, and again, where they time traveled the writer and director of this movie from, which is the mid-90s. We have this weird time now where we have a trailer for Sonic that looks like absolute trash. And now Detective Pikachu is going to be in theaters, like, as of this recording.
It's already in theaters. By the time we post this, it will still be in theaters.
Seen it.
And that looks very good. People have been saying it's very good. And you watching this, you've probably seen it by now.
Oh, I hope so.
So...
But like that's an example of like, all right, we're taking a children's property. It's a video game franchise, and it has all these fantasy creatures, and we want them to interact with humans because Pokemon, you have no choice there. Sonic, you had a choice, and you made the wrong choice.
You chose poorly.
But like Pikachu and the whole Pokemon worlds, like you have to have animals, humans interacting. They're magical animals, and like they did the smart thing, which is they kept the designs true to their origins. Like the Pokemon are designed the same way. Hell, I've been reading behind the scenes fun facts of this movie. They actually had a Pokemon expert on set every day of filming.
Awesome.
And their whole job, they were from the Pokemon company. Their whole job was like, oh, is that you're wearing a backpack and Psyduck is supposed to be in your backpack?
Yeah.
Psyduck weighs 40 pounds. And like they would weigh the backpack down to be 40 pounds heavy.
That's awesome.
That way it's like you feel the weight of the Psyduck in there. Like every Pokemon is proportionally correct, and all they did to make it look real is if they're supposed to be furry, fur. If they're supposed to be wet, make them look wet. If they're supposed to be scaly, give them scales.
What they should have done with Sonic is they should have had someone on set who has ever seen someone play a Sonic game ever.
Yeah, just like have a Sonic expert on set.
Or not even an expert, just someone who knows what Sonic is. Do we want to try to fix this movie? We're doing basically the same thing everyone else has been doing. We've been complaining about this movie because it looks terrible.
It does look terrible.
But like this is screen to screen.
Yeah, we should fix the movie.
Yeah, we should maybe fix the movie. Do we want to keep what's in the trailer? Fix it, or do we?
See, I don't think that's possible.
I don't think it might not be possible. You're right. It might not be possible.
So, like, the trailer gives us all of the major beats. Like, we know how Eggman's going to end up in Mushroom Hill Zone. That Sonic could use rings to make portals.
Yeah.
That's in the trailer. We know that. I'm making a bet with all of you right now that scene with Dr. Eggman in Mushroom Hill Zone, that's, like, end of the movie. Like, very end. I might even go so far as to say that's, like, the credit scene. Is he's in Mushroom Hill Zone.
Okay.
Like, I'm thinking the movie's going to open. Sonic is already here in our world. He's living in a weird little pit in the ground filled with ruined sneakers. We're probably going to get a really unfortunate shot of him wiggling human toes. That's going to make me actively puke in the movie theater. Because he's going to take off old shoes and put on new shoes.
Did he get here, I guess, using a portal ring or something?
I'm going to assume, like... I'm going with, we open, Sonic's already here, he's just trying to, like, get by, he doesn't really understand our world very well, so he's hiding, and he's doing sprints on the highway because he's out in fucking...
he's gotta go fast.
He's in the West Coasty flatlands. He goes fast, and a big sonic boom happens, and John Marston's like, what was that I saw? I got
James Marston?
I'm calling him a character from a different video game franchise, but... Sad cowboy from Westworld is like, oh, what was that? I gotta figure this out. And simultaneously, the government's like, bring in the Eggman. We have to figure out what this pulse was.
I think he's Robotnik in this.
Yeah, I think he's Robotnik. Yeah. So anyway, John Marston's like, I gotta figure out what this is. The government's
James Marston.
Pish Pash Mashton, he gotta figure out what this is. Government must figure out what it is. And they keep on finding these stupid glowing pieces of hair from this nightmare fucking monster that... If they're going to go fully realistic, he should have a ball sack. Yeah. Like, I'm just going to put this out there. We should see some dangly bits.
Just like Simba in the New Lion King.
Just like Simba in the New Lion King. Like, there should be uncomfortable dicks everywhere.
I think there's also, like, that scene where Sonic... Where like, James Marsden, he gives him the trank. Sonic wakes up, maybe, like, I don't know, tied up or something. He's like, okay, little guy, you gotta tell me what this is. Like, I came from another world. I'm a fast boy. It's like, okay, I will keep your secret. I will not turn you in, but we have to... what do they have to do?
See, that's the thing. I'm assuming Sonic needs blank. Like, Sonic needs blank will get him home.
I hope it's like the Chaos Emeralds or something.
That would make sense, but, like, honestly, I don't think... I don't think they give a fuck.
They don't care. You know what? You ever see that like bootleg backpack with Sonic and it's just like Obama on it?
Yeah.
This is what that movie's based on. They never saw the video game. There's like, oh, he's got rings and he's blue. That's fine.
It's based off of a bootleg backpack someone saw one day. John Marston tranks him. They have a conversation where we get Sonic's backstory. Like, oh, Chaos Emeralds and
they made me blue and fast. Maybe.
Oh God! If they do it where that's how Sonic became Sonic, I mean, I will shoot myself.
That was the original. That was the very first like
But like in our world, I'm thinking they were going to do it. Like he's an actual hedgehog.
He's like a hedge, as we know hedgehogs.
See, that's what I'm worried about.
Oh my God. You know what?
They've made it so stupid it came back around.
I think if he's a real hedgehog that turns into Sonic, that might be so stupid that it comes back around and I might like this again.
I don't like it.
Those sneakers, like he's gone through a lot of sneakers, like it seems like he is new to being fast. Because if you were fast for a while, you'd probably figure out the sneaker thing.
Yeah.
And so this is sort of him like going through all these shoes. So maybe, I mean, in the trailer, I don't know. He's like going through the woods and stuff. Maybe he is a hedgehog, and the Chaos Emeralds, which they don't mention in the trailer at all. Maybe they're gonna cut them out. Maybe you know what they're probably gonna do. They're like, oh, we got rings and we got Chaos Emeralds. For the script, that's too many things. So let's just make it rings. Cut the emeralds. So it might be like the rings or magic and...
Like it's all part of him touching some magic thing.
Yeah.
Like, it might still be Chaos Emeralds. Like, it might be there's like weird government experiments and it went out of control and this EMP pulse is like, we finally got our first like sighting of this thing we were working on.
Maybe Robotnik makes him like accidentally like the first Batman where like Joker and Batman make each other.
Yeah.
Maybe it's that sort of thing, and now he's got to like he's interested because the Chaos Emeralds work. Now I need to capture the hedgehog so I can do tests on him. That's what it is. He's his science. Sonic is Robotnik's experiment gone wrong.
He's an unintended side effect of him trying to do whatever he's doing.
Yeah,
which might be like interworlds, interdimensional travel is probably like thing.
And when he gets the Chaos Emerald, it turns him into Bald Mustache Man.
Yep.
That's what it is. He transforms. The Chaos Emeralds, or maybe rings, do that. You know what would make me so mad that it would like almost make me happy?
What?
Is if like there's a military guy who's kind of like this like hard ass and is giving them trouble the whole time, and then at the end he like helps them out. And it's like, what's your name, guy? It's like, the name's Prower, Miles Prower. But my friends call me Tails.
Oh, no.
It's like, this is the Tails analog, everyone. Enjoy.
This is my pet
It's like, I'm a veteran of Desert Fox. It's like, there it is. That's all you get, everyone. Sorry, he's a human now.
Hey, is my friend bothering you? Oh, shut up, Knuckles. His name's Knuckles. On account of the brass knuckles he keeps in his knuckles all the time.
Oh, God.
The military does nothing or is like a bunch of throwaway gags or might try and help or hinder, depending. It's really not going to matter. You have a bunch of chase sequences. You have a bunch of stupid robots. Dr. Eggman's going to keep on saying shit like, well, if that didn't work, how about something a little bit bigger? Or, looks like I'm going to have to do this myself. And he'll be in the machine himself. And that'll be for like the big one where he gets blown up and sent to another dimension.
But he's going to say it better and funnier because he's Jim Carrey.
Probably. I am going to guess like Chaos Emeralds are an easy MacGuffin, but they're probably going to be something that was made by Jim Carrey.
I think so.
And, you know, dumb.
Or I don't know, he found them through some sort of portal.
He could, in his experiments, he could have brought them through here. And if Sonic isn't made in our worlds as a real-life hedgehog, then he probably got pulled in when Eggman was doing the experiments. I mean,
that could be the thing, too. Maybe, like, the rings are the experiment, and the rings pull things from other dimensions, and Sonic escaped from another dimension. Now he's trapped. Maybe that's the plot. Sonic's like, I gotta get back to my homeland. I don't know what all this thing is. You gotta help me, James Marsden.
There's a few details that we won't know until we see the movie. We can just take our best guesses. But what annoys me is, like, they're all the bits that, like, really don't matter. Like, they don't impact the plot very much. Like, whether or not he was created or he's pulled from another dimension, he's still going to do the fish out of water story.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Which, like, I hate it. It's so unnecessary.
It's the most rote, boring way to tell this kind of story, which is why I'm like, why did we do this? We've done this so many times. We know it doesn't work. Because I've talked about like what I think would make a better Sonic movie.
Yeah.
Like I specifically think it should be. I think you want to have Sonic, Tails, Amy. They're friends. They're hanging out.
Okay, bring everyone back.
Like I'm bringing the core trio, who's like the good guys, and I want to have this be an origin story for a couple of other characters. So, like, they're established, they're, like, hanging out. Tails is maybe working on his plane.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's a fun little detail. I think Sonic is just kicking back and relaxing.
Yeah.
Amy's polishing one of her hammers or something. Like, they're just hanging out. They're having a good time. A big explosion in the sky.
Yeah.
And you see a bunch of colored gems streak out across the worlds. And that's where we meet Eggman, or Dr. Robotnik, whatever you want to call him. And Dr. Robotnik is tricking everybody. He even tricks Sonic, and he has a strange new friend working for him that he met first before he met anyone else, and that of course is going to be Knuckles.
Knuckles, yes.
And like you could tell like a beautiful Sonic story at this point. Like it's
the Knuckles story is good.
Yeah, the Knuckles story is good because he's tricked. Like he's fed lies. It's like, what happened to my home, or whatever you want to fucking say about it.
Yeah.
Eggman's doing bad things. The heroes figure it out, but Knuckles is a little bit slow in the uptake, so he's a little threat. But eventually Knuckles gets on the page.
And you can have that fun, like, hero versus hero fight.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I don't want to fight you. Like, well, then you better stand down, friend.
Because Sonic's too quippy. Like, Sonic's going to be doing stuff like, it's all right, you're a little bit slow in the uptake, but I'm real fast.
Yeah,
and
like
Knuckles just like, fuck you. You could tell as many different stories as you want, using whatever elements from the games you want. You just don't take the fucking game and plop it on the screen. You just take the themes of those games, like Sonic the Hedgehog fighting yourself, or Robo Hedgehog, or any number of things. You
use the source material to create a new story.
Fuck, you could even just like take levels and have a whole story about that. You could have a Sonic movie where like a mysterious massive casino opens up and it's all a trap from Dr. Eggman to like take everyone's money for some reason. Or Oil Hill Zone, he's destroying all the planet. Ocean. You know? I am 99% certain now, having rewatched this fucking trailer so many times during this recording, that the plot is that they need to get the Chaos Emeralds out of some sort of government facility.
Or rings.
I
would say probably rings, because they didn't mention the emeralds, and they did mention the rings. The Sonic and James Marsden plot is like they're trying to find probably the rings, and Dr. Robotnik is trying to find Sonic, and Sonic's got to hide. James Marsden's got some sort of stake in this. I don't know what his stake is. Oh, yeah, I got to save your world. Yeah. So he's doing it for the sake of the world.
James Marsden walks in, shoots a Sonic who is apparently too slow to dodge.
He got scared.
To dodge an air dart.
He got scared.
Oh, don't worry. No, actually, this is part of part of the plot.
Okay.
He's fast, but he's not that fast. You know. They wake up. They have a conversation in the car. This is where they talk about the rings. He's sneaking into the building with Sonic in a bag. It's clearly a skyscraper. They're getting into an elevator.
Yeah.
Then they go up to the roof.
Yeah. That's true. That's yeah. I think I'm with you there.
Because you have a shot on the roof where he's standing with the humans, the lady and the cowboy.
Yeah.
And I think at that point, Sonic has gotten the rings. Like, they accomplished what they wanted, but they were chased up to the roof.
Yes. This is probably the beginning of Act 3, maybe, jumping through the ring portal.
Obviously, all the robots show up, and, he's so fast that bullets and missiles are literally just floating in the air in front of him.
Right.
Blows them all up, so they have to jump off the building, and Sonic runs off the building while they're falling, throws the ring, which they got in the building.
Right.
They're teleported away, and then he goes, cue chase sequence that goes all the way to Egypt, and bloody-bloody-blue. And then final confrontation, Dr. Eggman blows up, a ring knocks him into Mushroom Hill Zone. Like, I hate that all of these building shots are here, because it's like, oh shit, this is where the rings are.
This is where they've been trying to get. If you're sneaking him in somewhere, this is where they're trying to get.
Exactly.
And so that's been the whole ride there. It's like he finds this creepy rodent, and he's like, you gotta get me to the... I gotta find the rings. It's like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. Let's do some research. I'm a detective. I'm a cop or whatever. Let's find out. Oh, we have to go to this building. Some guy named Robotnik, I guess he, and they're like, oh, that's Robotnik. He's shooting at us. It's like, he's bad news. We got to get away from him. What does he want with you? I don't know. It might have something to do with it,
In the entire movie, Robotnik is wearing black shirt, no goggles.
Yeah.
But for the tower on the rooftop, he's in his floating jet. He's wearing the goggles. He's wearing the red jacket. When he's all frazzled and blown up and has broken goggles, he's wearing the same ruined jacket.
Yeah.
So that's the machine he's in that's going to blow up.
So I think it's probably Sonic escaped through a ring because Dr. Robotnik was doing some sort of weird tests.
Yes.
And brought Sonic into this world. I think that's what it is. Because I think a clean script. The rings don't do multiple things. They're portals.
They're portals.
So Sonic got trapped in our world. He's stranded, and he gets found by James Marsden, who like he talks to him, and it's like, hey, what are you? What is this? And Robotnik is looking to find Sonic because he's like, maybe he needs.
I'm thinking he needs his stupid body because, like, Sonic's hairs do something in this movie.
Oh, that's true.
They're glowy. They're electric.
That's true. He's charged. Maybe he needs him to power some sort of machine.
Either to power it or to stabilize it.
That makes sense because if he has the power to knock off the grid, that's very important.
Oh yeah.
Like that's at a level of energy we don't have access to as humans, and so he wants to harness that power to power his stuff.
Either it's to power it or I'm guessing when Sonic is brought here. It's a failed experiment. It didn't work, but it worked almost, and it's probably going to be like, if only I had a little bit more power.
Yeah.
Or if only I had, an energy of this frequency.
Right.
Or some pseudoscience bullshit.
I think it is Sonic's, electro speed, whatever that we're calling it.
The Speed Force.
The Speed Force. Robotnik wants that Speed Force for his dastardly inventions, and he will stop at nothing to get him. He's using one of his hairs to power his machine.
We have multiple shots in the trailer of him experimenting with it, putting it in certain things. He's using it.
He's using that to, improve his robots.
Yep. So, because he's coming after them, our hero team of Sonic and Cowboy Marston, they realize, all right, we need to go to where he's hanging out because we need to take what he has. That's how you're going to get home. Because I'm sure Eggman's going to have, I need you to power my machine for interdimensional travel. He'll have a monologue of some kind.
Yeah.
Or it'll appeal to him to try and trick him.
And if Robotnik gets Sonic... Because I'm just trying to use all the clues here. Because Sonic's is I guess I'm going to have to save your planet or something.
Yep.
So if Robotnik gets Sonic, then it's game over. He has all the power he needs to take over the world.
Yes. And I'm going to take a real leap here. But, that's what we need. We need good guesses.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess that Eggman, in the beginning of the movie, has an assistant.
Okay.
And this assistant is one of those, voices of reason who's going to say things like, but... if you do that, there's a possibility the Earth will be destroyed, or everything could be teleported. And who's that assistant? She's right there.
Yeah. Yes, that makes sense. Who else would she be?
She's not in the earlier parts of the movie trailer, but she's at the part where in the building.
Yeah,
so I imagine they're going to meet up during the infiltration scenes. She'll be like, I can help you get in, which is why she's on the elevator with them.
Right.
Because you're going to need a special key card or something.
Yeah, she's got to be useful to the story, else why would she be brought along?
Exactly.
So
and she's not in the car sequences, she's not in the road sequences, she's in the building sequences only, so I imagine she's going to be in the midpoint, they have messages between each other or something, and they meet up later.
We're really working this through. I think we've really decoded this...
And that's probably why Sonic's going really fast in the trailer. That big boom that happens, the Sonic boom, if you will. That's probably Sonic, if I could just go fast enough, I could probably make it home. Otherwise, why is he doing these, experiments on the street?
That's a good idea. Yeah, if he can go so fast, he can, warp or something. That's interesting. Because
he's trying to use his own power to do it, and that's how Dr. Eggman is brought into the fold again. He's I could track him using this.
Right.
So on and so forth.
So by creating that huge power outage, that's establishing that Sonic has the power that Robotnik needs.
Yeah.
And so Robotnik will stop at nothing to get him back. He wants to capture him. Then when James Marsden finds him, Sonic basically explains this, and now they have to go on a road trip back to the experiment place, sneak in, put Sonic back where he belongs. And I imagine that he probably gets to do that, but that's not the end of the movie, because it seems weird to have sort of it's not very empowering for Sonic to be a MacGuffin himself. Yeah. It feels like he's not going to be well, I'm home now, we're all set. What's going to stop Robotnik from just finding him again?
Yeah.
So there's probably some third act thing where Robotnik needs to be properly destroyed, and that's being stranded in Mushroom Zone.
It'll probably be a situation where we can only do this a couple of times, and then he's forced to use one to save his two friends.
Right. He's only got so many rings. Yeah.
And then he's going to make the hero call of I'll send Eggman back. Yeah. And he might go with him if we want to end the movie in his world, or he'll be stuck here with our two hero friends. Send Eggman back alone.
I mean, if there's any chance of salvaging this series, I think Sonic should go back home and have Robotnik with him. We walked ourselves through the plot of this movie. We know what all the characters' motivations are. I think the only thing I'm a little bit light on is like the military people. They're just kind of there. They're sort of to move the plot along. I don't know if there's.
I imagine they're here to move the plot along.
I don't really know what Act 3 is definitely going to look like. I have an idea of what it could. It looks like Act 3 is going to be jumping through portals, going to different cool, fun places.
It's going to be a lot of set pieces, a lot of action, a lot of running around.
That's how they're going to be like, these are all the zones.
Yes, unfortunately.
That's how they're going to do it.
We'll go to a rainforest. We're going to go to like probably a temple and like...
Yeah.
They probably won't actually. That's what I would do.
I mean, and in that way, like maybe that's kind of a nice nod to the games, but like, come on, guys, like it's a whole movie here.
See, for me, like I could pretty much see all of Act 1 in my head, and Act 3 I could see as being a disappointing, action-heavy Act 3. Yeah. Like that doesn't really have much going on outside of like set pieces. Act 2 is where I'm like, I imagine the military be more significant in there. Like, it might even start with the military trying to do Jim Carrey's job, and Jim Carrey's like, I knew you were useless, and, like, that'll be Act 2 for the military. Anyway, I have, like, a number of calls to action that I need you guys to do.
Oh, yeah. Let's hear him.
All right. Comment below with what you think this movie will ultimately be about. Do you think I nailed it with the lady that's in the elevator with him? Was she an assistant to Dr. Eggman?
I think that's a great one.
I really think that's what she was. Do you think we're right in our predictions? Do you like our version of a better Sonic movie where Eggman and Knuckles get an origin story and everything else is like just...
And it's Danny DeVito.
It's Danny DeVito.
Can I offer you an Eggman in these trying times?
You look like you could use an egg, man. Let's see. Was I right about the Eggman scene in Mushroom Hill Zone being a post-credit scene?
Thanks for watching Screen to Screen. If you've got other ideas, maybe we'll make another episode of Screen to Screen again someday, and we'll do them. Leave them below. We'll give them a look. We'll add them to the pile of ideas that we still have. We will do your ideas.
Slow and steady.
Slow and steady. And until next time, I still hate this hedgehog.
I hate... Oh, Pingus!